I wanted to share this quick story with you about how my client made $10,000 in 48 hours because it really demonstrates a powerful principle about how when you are willing to do the mindset work and change the way you look at things, you can get different results. So when you change your story, you can change your results. So stay with me as I tell you this wonderful, fun story you're going to love. Okay, so I was on the call with a lovely woman, and she had had a rough couple of years in business. And her business had plummeted, losing about 80% of it, to the point where she was thinking she's probably going to have to get a job. Now, for someone who's been self-employed for a really long time, that doesn't feel good, especially if you want to stay self-employed. So we were having a conversation about the actual events that had happened, and I noticed that one event led to another, which also decreased her confidence, which started the stories. And then the stories came out, and I really talk about stories because so often it's never about what's in front of us that's holding us back. It's always about how resourceful are we willing to get. And usually our resourcefulness is based on how much courage and confidence we have, and that's based on the stories we're telling ourselves. So her big story was that her client base was feeling the effects of the economy and how the economy had plummeted in their local area. And what's interesting is this person has an online business. So what's going on in her local area doesn't have to necessarily be her story because she has access to the whole world. Nevertheless, when I asked her, how much money do you want to manifest in the next week? And do you need to actually, because she has bills to pay? She said $5,000. I said, okay, do you believe that that's possible for you? And she said no. So I said, which I'll tell everyone, you've got to start with goals you believe are possible for you, because if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen for you. Belief is the most important part of a goal. So she did believe she could make $5,000 in a few weeks, maybe 2 to 4 weeks, because if she could just start marketing quickly, following up with past leads and reopening conversations and dialogue, she figured she could get a contract. So then what happened is I asked her about her low-hanging fruit. And basically, she'd been in business for a while, so I said, there's got to be people you've been talking to over the years that wanted to hire you but haven't. What can you go back to? What can you restart that's already basically right there for you? And she ironically had just had a conversation that week with a company that wanted to hire her to generate leads for them. And the thing is that this was a commission-based opportunity. So I asked her to tell me a bit more about this story. And then she told me the story and what the situation was, and I had suggested, I think that you should go back to them and ask for $10,000 as an upfront payment, as their commitment to you, and you'll sign papers about your commitment to them, and so on and so forth. And when we went through the details of why and how to present it, she got excited and she was like, okay, this makes sense. I'm willing to do this. And I said, well, the worst case scenario is they say no, and now you still have the opportunity to work on commission. Best case scenario, you get the 10 grand and then you're getting double what you want to manifest. And sort of middle case scenario is they negotiate with you. Okay. So 48 hours later, I get a text message. It made sense to them. They're in. Deal is done. So not only did she manifest $10,000 in 48 hours, she also doubled what she believed was true for her in such a short time frame. And it was all because we were able to really cut through some of the stories she'd been telling herself, such as, no one has money to hire me. That's not true. She just left a meeting with a company that had lots of money to hire her. But sometimes when we're so stuck in our stories and in our head, we don't see the things that are right in front of us. And that's why I wanted to share this story with you. And, I truly believe if you are an entrepreneur and you really want something, you can make it happen. In fact, it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur or not. If you want something bad enough, you can make it happen. But sometimes we need help getting out of our own way. So that's why too, if this excites you and you want help getting out of your stories, I want to invite you to my 30-day immersion program called Change Your Story, Change Your Results. I've been a mindset coach for almost a decade now, working with people and helping them shift their stories so that things like this can happen to them. And I've created a new program. It's in a new format. The content isn't new. It's proven content that I've been helping people with for years, but I'm trying it in a new format. So it has beta pricing, which is pretty exciting. If you're interested in knowing more and you want to join us and really change your story so you can change your results, just comment on this video or send me a message and I'll hook you up with the details. We're beginning in early June, so don't wait. All right, that's it. Happy manifesting. Go be awesome, and I'll see you next time.